yesterday was a long day, so I came home, you know, washed my hands, took a shower and all of that stuff. Went downstairs and I do my usual thing. You know, I have a family, and for those that have a family knows that, you know, it's all about order. So I prep for the next day. So I was downstairs, I was juicing because, you know, I juice, and I cut up, you know, vegetables. I'm a vegetarian. I cut up vegetables and stuff like that, and I pretty much prep myself for the next day for lunch, right? So the mother of my children, normally, you know, I don't ever hear from her. You know what I'm saying? When she sleep, and that's that, you know. If she needs me for anything, she'll text me. That's about it. But this particular time, she was like calling my name, and I'm like, well, what's she calling my name for? You know, normally she texts me if she needs some water, something to drink, or whatever have you, know, whatever, right? She calls out my name. I run up the steps. She's holding my daughter. My daughter is shaking like as if somebody was shaking her, you know. So I go to touch her, and she's burning up. So the first thing I'm thinking is she has a fever, you know, and I'm trying to like cool her down, you know. So I'm trying to focus, you know, while her mom, you know, my daughter, her mom, you know, she's like, you know, she can't keep it together, right? Because at the same time my daughter is shaking, she's hot, and as well she can't breathe. She's gasping for breath, right? She's like wheezing, right? So I go in the bathroom and I run some bath water, and I didn't put it in the water. I just ran some bath water, and I took somewhat of a cold rag to put over her head, right? Or on her head, and over her body, right? Just to cool her down. So I'm like, yo, listen, I gotta take her to the hospital, because I right now it's coronavirus. Right now it's coronavirus. That's what I'm thinking. I'm looking on TV. I'm paying attention to things. I'm looking at the symptoms, and I'm just it's just hitting me hard, because first and foremost, nobody else goes out of the house except for me. So now I'm sitting here saying to myself, maybe I brung it here to my house and it didn't affect me, but it affected my daughter. And my daughter's, she is shaking like this, shaking, and she's wheezing. So I'm rushing, you know what I'm saying, to put her clothes on and everything. And I get in the car and I stay in Charlotte. For those that live in Charlotte, I stay in the Still Creek area. Still Creek has their own hospital, right? It's not fully equipped, you know, like the other hospitals in the city, but it has, you know, the bare necessities. It has an emergency room, right? So I'm speeding. I'm doing at least 70, and I'm talking to my daughter, because when I put her in the seat, she's like slumped over and still just shaking, and it's messing me up. It's messing me up as a parent. So everything is going through my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I'm panicking, and at the same time I'm panicking, I'm focused. I gotta focus. I gotta get to the hospital, and even though I'm speeding, I have to pay attention to everything, because I could get in a wreck, or something can happen or whatever. But I'm trying to get there as fast as possible. It only took me like 5 minutes to get to the emergency room, right? Now I'm pulling up, and the you know, lights are on. There's no one in the parking lot. It's like two cars in the parking lot. I'm looking in an emergency room, right? Now normally it's people in there, at least 10 people. If you drive by the Still Creek Hospital, you know it's at least about 10-15 people. It's never empty. But this particular day, it was empty. I'm sitting here, like, I know this is not closed. I know that this hospital is not closed, right? So I get her out. She's shaking. I don't know what to do. I get to the door. The door opens up. I get to the front desk. You know, of course, they got the desk, you know, with the plastic thing over it. the covering, and they telling you to stay 6 feet away, and they telling you that you need to have a face mask on, in which I don't, in which my daughter doesn't at all. So I'm sitting here saying to myself, I hope that they're not going to tell me to leave, right? So the guy says, are you the patient, or who is the patient? I'm saying my daughter. So then, I give him my information and everything. He's like, a nurse is gonna come see you. My daughter's sitting there. I'm like, yo, you think I should give her some water? Cause she's like overheating. So he was like, yeah, I had some water in the car. So I went in the car, got the water. She's now just like not gone. I don't want to say like dead, but she's like fading away, right? Like she's just that hot and burning up and shaking, right? So I'm just like messed up, really messed up right about now, right? So the nurse comes in. She didn't run. She comes in and she's like, what seems to be the problem? I'm telling her, different things, what happened or whatever have you. We go in the back. She asks, the typical questions that nurses ask, doctors ask. Has she been vaccinated? Has she had any prior health problems? What did she do throughout the course of the day? Did she throw up? Or were there any symptoms leading up to this particular situation? And I'm like, no. I mean, she was perfectly fine earlier today. But all of a sudden, the mother of my children, she checked on her and turned her around, and she was shaking in the bed. So she tells me to lay her down. I lay her down. They check her temperature, and she's like 103, right? She's burning up. So they run and get her some Tylenol, some ibuprofen, and they're like, we want to do a urine, sample, on her. And they're saying that the doctor's gonna come, So 30 minutes later, the doctor shows up. He's asking the same type of typical questions that the nurse asks, as well as, other questions that they didn't ask, So he's checking her, going through her, listening to her heart, looking in her ear and her mouth, and asking, questions like, do she have bumps on her back and different things like that? And I'm like, no. So he's like, yo, seriously, I don't think that she has the coronavirus. I just think that she has a fever. And the nurse came in and she was like, that's what I believe too. She doesn't have any other symptoms outside of, her having a fever that states that she has the coronavirus. And I was like, so what happens, when she was shaking? And he was like, that's what happens when the body actually, takes to a fever. You get the shakes, or sometimes you'll vomit. And he was telling me different things, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to him, and I'm like, whew. I'm glad that, that wasn't a problem, So I know what you're all about to say, This was clickbait, for you to put the title up that my daughter has the coronavirus. And I want to explain something to you, and the reason why I put it up there, right? In the very beginning, I thought that she did. And when I thought that she had the coronavirus, what did I do? I went straight to a medical facility and dealt with the people that are professionals, that know what to look for, and how to handle the situation. I'm so tired of seeing online people telling other people not to go to the hospital and not to get the coronavirus test, because the coronavirus test has the coronavirus in it. There's what those people are saying, there's no actual facts to back it up. And another thing too is, let's just say if my daughter did have the coronavirus, for those that would tell me not to go to the hospital, not for my daughter to be tested, then what is the solution? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to let my daughter sit there and burn up and die? Because of my ignorance? No, I'm going to take her somewhere where I know she can be taken care of. Period. And it's that plain and simple. For those out there spreading that BS, need to stop it. Stop it. If you don't have the solution, meaning if you don't have the cure, or if you don't have, a healthy vaccination, I don't believe, first of all, foremost, let's get this out of the way, right? Let's put this disclaimer out here. I don't believe in vaccinations. My children don't have any. They've never had any vaccinations. So I don't believe in vaccinations. But if you have a healthy vaccination or a cure for the coronavirus, then provide it. Other than that, shut up. Because you're putting other people's lives in danger. My daughter, had I not took her to the hospital, I wouldn't have known that there was anything wrong with her. Had I not did the right thing that I did, which was the right thing to do as a parent, by taking her to the hospital, something could have happened to her. She could have died. Now there's a positive ending to this. I mean, she took the ibuprofen. I don't believe in the Tylenol and all the rest of that stuff, but at that point in time, that's it. That's what they had to give to her. She improved, and later on, 3 o'clock in the morning, I took her back home. And now her temperatures was shot down to about 99. And she's, being her typical self, getting into stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, if anything ever happens to any of my children, I'm not gonna take them to a holistic doctor that doesn't have a facility. Doesn't make sense. I'm into herbs just like you are. I take spirulina, moringa, maca powder. I know about elderberries. I know it all. But I refuse to try to provide a remedy to something that I have no clue about, which is the coronavirus. None. But I do know that there's a facility called a hospital, and there are professionals, people that have went to school, graduated, got their degree, and have been in the study of medicine for years. I'd rather, at that point in time, put my children's my children in their hands instead of mine, because I don't know what I'm doing. Instead of a holistic doctor that doesn't have a facility. I can understand if he has a facility and he's been practicing a holistic diet and just curing and taking care of the body holistically for years. Okay, that's cool. Let's say, for example, if Dr. Sebi was here. Cool. But I'm not. And I refuse to listen to a bunch of idiots that don't know nothing, such as the conscious community that says, man, don't take it to the hospital. Ain't no such thing as the coronavirus. Ain't no such thing as the coronavirus. And you know what? If you gonna get that, you gonna get that test for the coronavirus. It has the coronavirus in it. So I don't supposed to be tested. I'm just gonna be walking around. People are dying every day, and y'all idiots are still saying the damn same dumb shit that it don't exist. People are dying every day, and y'all are still carrying on with that narrative. The moral of the story is, if you have any type of flu-like symptoms, the way my daughter did and more, take your ass to the hospital so somebody could take care of you. Somebody could look after you. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video.